Hey everyone, welcome to the video. This is building the ultimate UFC 286 card for London. Dana White's recently said this is going to be the biggest UK event ever. I can't wait. I'm British myself, so I'm definitely going to try and get tickets to go to this. But this is my ultimate dream card, and I think it's pretty realistic. And we're not going to waste any time, so let's just dive right into it, right? So we're going to be starting off with the start of the main card with Dominic Reyes versus Carly Roundtree Jr. Now, I know Dominic Reyes, he is past his prime, but I'm giving him one last chance, one last redemption arc to try and redeem himself against Carly Roundtree Jr. Carly, he won his last fight by an absolute robbery. He should have not won that fight at all. Can't believe he won. But yeah, so he's not a huge power puncher either. So we're gonna give him one last chance, Dominic Reyes, one last chance to win a fight against someone who isn't a huge threat to him. To be honest, I think they're about the same skill level right now. But obviously, Dominic Reyes' chin is terrible, seeing as he's took so much damage in his last few fights, especially after that loss of Ryan Spann at UFC 281. But this isn't actually a winnable fight for Dominic Reyes. I still think he'd lose though, to be honest. But it'd be fun to watch, and it'd be really good to see Dominic Reyes finally get a W back. Or if not, if he loses this is probably the end of his career, and I think he should retire. But I think it's a good fight, and it's good for both sides. You know, it lets Carly get up there with rankings if he wins, and it also means Dominic can get a bit of dignity and redeem himself a bit if he wins too. So yeah, moving on. That's just the opening main card. Now we've got Paddy the Baddy versus Renato Moicano. Um, Renato needs this fight. He said he wants lots of money. This is a big money fight. Paddy Pimblett, he's actually kind of disliked after his last win where he claims he won when he probably didn't really beat Jared Gordon at all. I don't think he won that fight. And the fans have kind of turned on him after his ignorance, saying he won the fight. But yeah, I think this is a really good fight. I think Renato Moicano can probably win this. I think his striking's better, to be honest. Paddy just leaves his chin up in the air, and he's got really basic striking. And his jiu-jitsu's okay, but I think Renato Moicano will be absolutely fine. Um, there'd probably be a finish in this fight, even if it's 3 rounds, which it would be. But I think it'd just be really good for the fans as well in the UK. They're gonna love it. Obviously, they got the UK guy, but he's not the most popular right now. But Renato Moicano can probably find a finish if he wanted, which would be really hype. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Got Tom Aspinall versus Tai Tuivasa, and honestly, I don't know if this fight will happen because Tom Aspinall, he's obviously got a big knee injury. I don't know how he's doing from that. It's a bit unclear when he's gonna be back, and yeah, I don't know, 6 months, a year, 2 months, I don't know. But anyway, Tai Tuivasa, he needs a bit of a layoff, so this will give him a bit of time after his KO loss to Sergey Pavlovich. He came back way too quick to take that fight, so this one's quite a lot of time ahead. A good 3 months, 4 months from now. And yeah, I think this should just be fireworks, to be honest. Tom Aspinall hasn't got the biggest power punches in the division, so it'd be good for Tai considering the last few fights he's took a lot of damage. So this is actually winnable for him. And also Tom Aspinall, he's a big wrestler, so it gives Tai a chance to develop some more skills as well, and it'll also break the pace down of the fight a bit. But it is probably a bit more of a threat for Tai as well, seeing as Tai's wrestling isn't perfect either. I do think Tom Aspinall probably wins this, but then again, there is that chance that he just gets clipped out of nowhere and knocked out by Tai's power punches. But if Tai wants to win, I'd recommend using leg kicks because obviously Tom Aspinall's had that knee injury, so that's going to be his weakness. But yeah, this would be fireworks, and obviously the British fighter Tom, the fans are going to be rooting for him, but Tai's also a fan favourite, so it'll be good for both parties, and it should be a really good fight. So yeah, moving on. Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. Now this fight, if Bilal wins it, I think he should get a title shot. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. And if Gilbert wins it, I think he needs to win one more, and then he'll get a title shot because I do think Gilbert Burns is gonna beat Neil Magny coming up, and I think he can get a quick turnaround because he's quite old. So he needs to take advantage of all the time he's got left and fight Bilal and try and get a good win, and then he can get one more win and try and get one last title shot. But yeah, Bilal Muhammad, not the most exciting fighter to be honest, but he did recently get a finish on Sean Brady, which was an impressive win. Well done, Bilal. But yeah, this will be an okay fight. Gilbert Burns, he brings the pressure. He's a fun fighter, and I think he'd make it more interesting because he kind of forces Bilal to engage with him and stuff like that. They both got good grappling. Gilbert Burns has supposedly good jiu-jitsu, even though he hasn't submitted many people. And yeah, I think he's got a good bit of momentum right now, so I think he'd probably get the win, to be honest, against an old Gilbert Burns. But you never know. Gilbert Burns has got power. He's a decent striker and he's got decent enough cardio. But so does Bilal. So yeah, um, I do think Bilal would win this and then he'd get title shot. But Gilbert could also win it too. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, Bilal Muhammad, he's not very fun to watch, but he needs to get a fight soon. So this would be a good place for it. It's not the co-main event, but it's, in the middle of the main card too. It's good. Right, moving on, the co-main event, or probably the people's main event, to be honest. Hamzat Chimaev versus Kobe Covington. Honestly, this fight is insane. It is one of my dream fights, and I pray it happens because honestly, who wouldn't want to see this? You've got two of the best guys in the mic in the UFC. Having a press conference and then fighting. What more could you want? This fight will be so good. They both fight at very high tempo. Kobe Covington has got insane cardio, so he can keep up for 25 minutes. But obviously, if this is a 3 rounder, I really fancy Chimaev's chances at winning this fight. But if this is a 5 rounder, I think Kobe will win it. So if I was him, I'd definitely try and be getting this booked as a 5 rounder. Just so you got them extra 10 minutes to try and win some points and do some damage to Chimaev because in his last fight, not in his last fight, in his fight against Gilbert Burns, he did show a big cardio issue because of the pace they were going at. But I know Kobe Covington can fight at that pace for 25 minutes, but it seems that Chimaev can't, so he needs to get that improved or make sure it's definitely going to be a 15-minute fight. But yeah, this will be good. It's two people with wrestling backgrounds. Obviously, Chimaev's a very, very dominant wrestler. He just shoots in. He's very, very aggressive. But I think Kobe Covington has got good defensive wrestling. His striking isn't that good. Chimaev, in my opinion, Chimaev is much more powerful than Kobe. Kobe is a notorious pillow puncher, honestly. His punches are so soft. I'm going to be honest. His punches are not that dangerous at all. But yeah, Chimaev's got power. He's got decent stand up. And I think this would be a really good fight, whether it stays on the feet, which I doubt it would. But I think at one point, one of the men would shoot for a takedown. Probably Chimaev first. But if Kobe can defend it, maybe Chimaev can gas him and he can go for his own takedowns. And yeah, I think it'd just be a really good fight. This is the fans' main event without a doubt. This is definitely, it's got fight of the night written all over it. Let's be honest. And yeah, it'd be an absolute war. I can tell you that. But if it's a 3 round fight, I'd take Chimaev to win. But if it's a 5 round fight, I think Kobe Covington wouldn't be able to find probably the decision win, to be honest, or maybe like a 5th round TKO against the gas Chimaev. But anyway, moving on. Oh, and whoever wins that gets a title shot, by the way. Anyway, moving on to the final, the main event of the evening. Obviously, it needs to be something big. So, what else would be more perfect than Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman? Obviously, Leon Edwards knocked Kamaru Usman into the shadow realm in the last fight after getting, not dominated, but he was down on the scorecards. He won the first round, but after that, it was just all downhill. It seemed to be a bit of a cardio problem due to the altitude. But yeah, this is honestly, it's written in the stars for this to happen. It's like something out of a movie. Obviously, Leon Edwards is from Birmingham in the UK, so he's going to be a huge fan favourite here. And Usman is really disliked by the MMA community, to be honest. So he's going to be getting a lot of booing and stuff like that. So he's going to really give Leon an advantage in this fight, I think. Because if you're in your home crowd, it definitely helps. But yeah, also seeing as London isn't at altitude, Leon Edwards, I don't think he'll gas out that quickly compared to last time because their last fight was in Salt Lake City, which has a really high elevation. And I know that Usman trains at elevation at team altitude. So obviously he's going to have that advantage there. But not in this fight because it'll be more sea level really. But yeah, I can't wait. Every fan wants this, to be honest. I saw rumours that they were thinking of, due to Usman maybe having a hand injury, that Jorge Masvidal was going to replace him and be the main event, but that should definitely not happen. I really don't want to see that fight. It's an easy win for Usman, and I honestly don't care about that fight. I want this fight to happen, the trilogy match between these two, because Jorge Masvidal, he's on like a 3-fight losing streak, I think. He got finished by Usman, and then he lost to Kobe Covington after that by unanimous decision. He looked pretty poor in that fight. He had 2 good moments, but that was about it. But anyway, I don't want to see him fight for the main event. This should be the main event, and if it isn't, there's going to be issues, because honestly, this fight alone and the Khamzat Chimaev fight versus Kobe, they'll sell out. They'll sell out the entire arena. You wouldn't even need any other fights on the card. It could literally just be a 2-fight card and it'd be fine. But yeah, I think the co-main in this main event would be perfect, honestly, and it really helps the welterweight division out, because whoever wins the co-main event would be the challenger for whoever wins this fight. And who do I think would win this fight? Leon Edwards. I think Kamaru Usman, obviously, he's took a lot of damage off that head kick. That could change his career, but we don't know yet. We haven't seen him since, obviously. But I think it will really affect him, and obviously he's going to have a negative mindset going into this. No matter what he says, it's obviously going to be on his mind that he got knocked out again. So I think he'll fight a bit differently. And obviously Leon Edwards he's 30, I think, or 31 maybe. So he's still improving. You know, he's in his prime right now. Kamaru Usman's coming out of his. I think he's late 35 or maybe 36 now by the time this fight will come around. But yeah, I think Leon Edwards has the advantages here. He's a better striker. His wrestling's still improving. Kamaru's isn't. He's plateaued as a fighter. He's not going to get any better now, only worse. And Usman's chin might never be the same after that, because he did have a good chin, but you know, after taking that head kick, I don't know how good your chin can be, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'm going for Leon Edwards to win this fight again, but I think he'll win it by decision this time. I think he'll win more rounds than Usman will, and yeah, I can't wait, honestly. And if this is the main card or anything similar to this, it would be an amazing pay-per-view. So yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. There'll be much more UFC videos to come, and yeah, stay tuned, and you know, leave a comment, drop a like, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future UFC videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.